Hello Aquarius, Sun, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Aquarius, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Aquarius, let's get started. How does Aquarius currently view this relationship? All right, let's see what's going on. So we do have the Eight of Swords, we do have the Knight of Cups, and then we also have the Queen of Cups. This to me kind of, okay, first things first. There's somebody here that you are developing a lot of emotions for. Now, this person could be a water sign, so a Cancer, Scorpio, maybe even a Pisces, or an air sign, so an Aquarius like yourself, maybe even a Gemini, or a Libra. It doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but it kind of looks like your mind is not in agreement with your heart, and your heart is not in agreement with your mind. It's like your mind's telling you one thing about this person, this connection, your heart's telling you something completely different, and you don't really know, you know what I mean, what you should listen to, what you should believe, things of that nature. Currently at the moment, it kind of looks like you've been leaning more towards what your heart wants you to do versus what your mind wants you to do. But because your mind is not in agreement with your heart, it does kind of cause you to kind of overthink things significantly within your relationship with this person. Okay. I do want to look into this person. Yeah, I want to look at this. I want to look at this person. How does this person currently view this relationship? Okay, so we have, interesting, we have the King of Pentacles, which personally I like. I like the King of Pentacles. I like the King of Pentacles a whole lot. King of Pentacles is somebody who's very big on commitment, also very, very big on loyalty. A King of Pentacles is known for being a provider as well as a protector. I feel like this person learned a lot from their previous relationship. I am definitely getting that. Like, this person has definitely learned a lot from their previous relationship and has definitely grown a lot from their previous relationship. I am definitely getting that, which I love. I do love. I feel like I have a rough idea of what's going on your behalf, but I don't want to say anything just yet. Let's just let this roll, right? But in regards to how they're currently viewing this relationship with you, they are truly invested. When it comes down to you and this dynamic that they share with you, they do have the mentality, which is a mentality they did not have before in their previous relationship, might I add. But they have this mentality of, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. If it's meant to be, then it'll be. If it's not, it is what it is. I'm not going to stress it. I'm not going to overthink it. I ain't going to worry. You know what? Whatever. It's like this person learned that they cannot control. That they cannot control other people or the outcome to a particular situation. It's like this person learned to just not feel the need, you know what I mean? To like be this like controlling individual anymore is basically what I'm getting. So the person that they were with prior to you, they could have been very controlling, or they could have found themselves extremely like worried. What if this person does this to me? What if this person does that to me? What if it doesn't work out? What if I'm wasting my time? What if this? What if that? Like, they're not like that anymore. They now have the mentality of, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. If it's meant to be, it'll be. I'm going to be the best person that I possibly can within this relationship. I'm going to be faithful. I'm going to be loyal. And if it works out in my favor, then it does. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. If it blows up in my face, then it blows up in my face, and it wasn't meant to be, and I'll just accept that when that time does come. Until then, I'm just going to live day by day. I'm just going to live it day by day. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the Eight of Swords. Let's look at the Eight of Swords. Let's see what's going on. Tell me more about the Eight of Swords for Aquarius. We have the Star, we have the Seven of Cups, and then we also have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so here's why your mind is not in agreement with what your heart is basically telling you. Because I feel like your heart is telling you, you finally met the one, congratulations. But then your mind is like, oh no, you haven't. Because, you never know, because what if this happens, what if that happens, Here's the thing. Man, I'm kind of concerned because you do actually have the Ten of Swords attached to your energy. If this relationship, for example, hypothetically speaking, right, were to ever come to an end, it's not going to end in the ways that you think it's going to end. Like, it's not going to end in betrayal. It's not going to end because you found out, you know what I mean, that this person was doing X, Y, and Z. Like, it's not going to end for those reasons that the relationship between the two of you guys would ever come to an end. It would basically come to an end, believe it or not, because you just can't seem to accept the fact that they're not a too good to be true type of situation after all. Because that's kind of what's going on here. Like, mentally speaking, you perceive this person as somebody who's too good to be true. Therefore, they are too good to be true. Therefore, you believe that they're too good to be true. Therefore, you tend to overthink things a lot. You tend to worry a lot. You tend to get intrusive thoughts. You tend to dwell on but what if this happens? What if that happens? What if they're doing this? What if they're doing that? You know, things of that nature. So with that being said, Aquarius, if this relationship were to ever come to an end, it's not going to end because you caught them doing X, Y, and Z. It's going to end because you're going to find yourself essentially thinking, believing, and feeling like this relationship between the two of you guys is robbing you of your peace of mind. That's why this relationship between the two of you could potentially come to an end, or that's the only way I see this relationship between the two of you potentially coming to an end, is because, you know, you're gonna find yourself feeling over time like, I'm just never gonna trust this person. I'm just never gonna have peace of mind with this person. I can't do this shit to myself anymore. I gotta go. You know what I mean? Like, they seem perfect. They have everything that I want, but it's like, I don't have any peace of mind with this person. I don't trust this person. I don't know why I don't trust them. I can't do this anymore to myself. You know what I mean? I could see the relationship ending because of that. But ending because of any other reason? No, I don't see. Nope, I'm not getting that. Technically speaking, this would be you. If this does ever happen, hypothetically speaking, this would be you self-sabotaging a really good opportunity for yourself that you actually manifest into fruition, that you actually asked for, okay? The thing with Aquarians is that this person, for example, can go out of their way to prove to you that they're loyal to you, that they're committed to you, that they're devoted to you. But if you continue to believe that they are the bad guy, it doesn't matter what this person says. It doesn't matter what this person does to prove to you otherwise. You're still going to believe what you're going to believe unless you change your belief of this person, to be completely honest. Because that's the thing with Aquarians, is that when you guys make your mind up about something and or someone, it is very hard. It's actually, I feel like, remotely impossible for anybody to change you guys' minds. Like, the only person that can change your mind is you, about this person or anything. You know what I mean? And I think that that's gonna be something that you're gonna find yourself essentially struggling with. Is acceptance, you know, accepting the fact that they are a good person, accepting the fact that they're not out to get you, accepting the fact that they do mean well, accepting the fact that they're not here to waste your time. That is going to be the ultimate thing that you're going to find yourself struggling with throughout the course of your relationship, you know, with this person. So although, you know, your heart's telling you that they love you, that they care about you, they're a good person, your mind is like, no, they're not, no, they're not, no, they're not, they're going to do this to you, they're going to do that to you. You know what I mean? And just because you think that they're going to do X, Y, and Z to you doesn't necessarily mean that they actually are. That's another thing too, Aquarius, is that, you know, it's like it's like one of those things where it's like, we could sit here together, right, and like think that like unicorns, for example, are real, but just because we think from sun up to sundown that unicorns are real doesn't necessarily mean that they actually are. You know what I mean? And I feel like, sorry, that's like kind of what you're doing here. It's like, you think they're like X, Y, and Z, therefore they are like X, Y, and Z. Therefore, you think that they are X, Y, and Z and believe that they're like X, Y, and Z. And you refuse to basically think, believe, and feel otherwise. But do I think that you're dealing with a bad person? Like, no, I don't. Okay, let's do this. We have the Nine of Pentacles, we got the Ten of Cups, and then we also have the Lovers out here with the Moon, to the Queen of Swords, to the Three of Cups, to the Two of Swords. Okay. Okay. So in regards to how this person is currently feeling, okay, especially if this relationship just started between the two of you. For others of you, this could definitely represent somebody that you've been involved with for quite some time now. But in the beginning of the relationship, I am definitely getting that either things have unfolded really, really nicely here between the two of you, or things are currently unfolding really nicely here between the two of you. But I do see some issues showing up within this dynamic here. Now, these issues could have already shown up within this dynamic, or it's about to show up very, very soon. And it is surrounding you and your belief of this person, okay? You're going to find yourself thinking, you know, what if this person is doing this behind my back? What if this person is doing that behind my back with that particular person? What if this is happening? What if that is happening? Like, I just kind of see your intrusive thoughts getting the best of you within your relationship, you know, with this person in particular. Now, here's one thing that I will say. When it comes down to you looking at them like they're too good to be true, I don't want you to think that you're crazy, because one thing that I've noticed is that when somebody meets a King of Pentacles like energy, or even like a Queen of Pentacles like energy, for perfect example, they tend to harness the same energy that you're harnessing, which is an energy of, I just think this person's too good to be true, right? So with that being said, Aquarius, I don't want you to think for 1 second that you're crazy for thinking that they're too good to be true, because this is like a typical like energy people harness when they're dealing with a King of Pentacles like energy, where they tend to look at that King of Pentacles and think to themselves, oh my God, like this person's too good to be true. Like they have everything that I want and desire within a person. You know, they put in the work to essentially heal themselves and, you know, focus on themselves and their life and their goals and things like that. Like, trust me when I tell you that your energy that you're harnessing within this relationship is perfectly normal. I don't want you to think that you're crazy, because you're not crazy. In this day and age, it is hard to find somebody like the person that you have. It's hard. Let's just be realistic here. Like, it's hard to meet somebody who's loyal. It's hard to meet somebody who is faithful. It's hard to meet somebody who is, you know, out here taking, you know, their relationship seriously. Come on, we, especially in this damn day and age that we live in with freaking you know, social media and stuff like that. And yeah, it is very hard to find what you currently have. So, you know, I don't want you to think that you're crazy or something's terribly wrong with you or anything like that. I think that the energy that you're harnessing is very normal, to be completely honest. Very, very normal. Very normal. Very normal. But in regards to how this person currently feels, like I said, I think that this person is going to find themselves feeling really good about you and the dynamic that they share with you. But when the problems start to essentially show up, and you start finding yourself thinking they're too good to be true, they're this, that, and the third, right? You know, I do see this person trying their hardest to basically prove to you otherwise, but there's going to come a point in time where this relationship for them is going to start to become too much. I am definitely getting that. Now, is this person going to turn around and say, you know what, Aquarius, you're too much to deal with. I can't stand the fact that you constantly think this, that, and the third about me. I gotta go. I can't deal with you anymore. No, giving up on you is not an option in this person's mind. So because giving up on you is not an option in this person's mind, they're going to keep fighting to gain your trust. Even though it might stress them the hell out, even though it might bother them that you look at them the way that you look at them and you think the way that you think about them, they're going to fight to gain your trust, is basically what I'm getting. How does this, how does Aquarius, oh, that's another thing, dude. That's a whole nother thing too. That's another bag of burritos that you just opened up here. Okay, let's talk. So you're looking at this person like they're a King of Wands like energy. Now, here's the thing. In order for you to become a Queen of Cups, you have had to have been a Queen of Swords before. So that's kind of telling me that because you're looking at them like they're a King of Wands like energy, like you're looking at them like they're a playboy playgirl like energy, in other words, right? You are somebody who has enough life experience to know when you're dealing with a player, when you're not dealing with a player. Let's just kind of establish that already right off the gate. Like, you know what a player looks like, you know how they walk, you know how they talk, and you know you do not have that. That's another thing, Aquarius. You know that you do not have that in your life currently at the moment. You know good and goddamn well, dude, that you are not dealing with a playboy player like energy. Now, the issue that I'm having here, and as to why you're doing this, is that part I really don't fully understand, because it's like, you know, you're not dealing with a player, but it's as if you're forcing yourself to think that you are. And that part I don't understand. That part I don't understand because that part I don't understand, Aquarius. Because you've dealt with a King of Wands like energy. There's no way that you haven't because you're a Queen of Cups. So there's no way in hell that you have not dealt with a King of Wands like energy before. So I think that's probably what it is that you've only ever dealt with King of Wands like energies before. You've never actually dealt with a King of Pentacles before. So all of this is more than likely new to you. Okay, so that makes a little bit more logical sense to me because, which could kind of explain why you're doing that. Okay, so yeah, that makes a little bit more sense because at first I'm just like, wait a second, this doesn't even make no sense to me because I think that that's what it is, dude. I think that you're so used to dealing with a King of Wands like energy, like a Playboy playgirl like energy, somebody who constantly lies to you, somebody who constantly manipulates you, gaslights you, all of that stuff. And the fact, and you know, somebody who doesn't really take you or their relationships with you seriously, and you know, things like that. Somebody who plays a lot of games, somebody who has time to play a lot of games and cheat and do all this crazy shit. But because you're dealing with somebody who's not like that, it's like you can't seem to wrap your brain that around the fact that you're not dealing with that type of energy anymore. Does that make sense? I don't know, dude. Does that make sense? It's like you're having a hard time wrapping your brain around the fact that you're not dealing with a King of Wands like energy anymore. Like, you know, you're not. It's like your brain is, God, how do I explain you? It's like how do I explain you and what you're doing here? Like, it's like your brain hasn't caught up with what your soul knows to be true about this person, what your intuition, you know, knows to be true about this person, what your physical reality with this person has essentially revealed to you on several different occasions. It's like your brain hasn't caught up with all of that. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's hopefully I'm making, oh my God, I'm gonna beat myself up if I'm not making sense. But your brain just hasn't caught up with your physical reality with this person, what your soul knows to be true about this person, what your intuition is telling you about this person. Because your soul and your intuition's like, oh, like, yay, you finally found the person for you. You know, congratulations. You know what I mean? But it's like your brain is still stuck on, oh no, we can't trust them. We got to be careful with them because, you know, you never know. You know what I mean? It's like your brain hasn't caught up with your physical reality with this person, like what your soul's telling you, your intuition's telling you. It's like your brain hasn't caught up. It's kind of fascinating now that I think about it. 1 second, because you're showing up as a Queen of Cups, so that's kind of telling me on a soul level, on an intuitive level, on a soul level and on an intuitive level. Not only that, but you're showing up as a Queen of Cups. So that's kind of telling me that it's like everything within you agrees with this person but your mind. It's like your heart's like, yes, I love them. Your intuition's like, yes, I love them. Your soul's like, yes, they're awesome. And, you know, even down to, let's focus on your eyes. Even your eyes and what you're witnessing. It's like even your eyes are in agreement that, wow, like this is the person for us. You know what I mean? So it's like everything about you and within you agrees with this person and this relationship, but your mind. It's like your mind hasn't caught up, you know what I mean, with what you currently have, because it's so stuck in they're a player, they're this, they're that, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna beat myself up after this reading. I already know that I am. Hopefully it makes sense, Aquarius, but everything is in agreement but your mind. Because you know damn well your eyes are not deceiving you. You know what I mean? Your heart is in agreement with this relationship. Your soul's in agreement with this relationship. Your intuition's in agreement with this relationship. You know, it's like everything is in agreement with this relationship. But your mind. But your mind. Okay. Okay, let's keep going. That's another thing too, Aquarius. It's like, between you and I, and this is us just having a BFF moment, because, you know, I'm always going to be blunt with you. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure y'all could appreciate that, you know, considering the fact that you are an Aquarius and you guys are very blunt individuals yourself. Everything is checking out. Everything is checking out. Like, everything's checking out. Like, I don't know. Like, everything looks good. You know what I mean? Everything checks out when it comes onto this person. You know, they're faithful to you, they're loyal to you, they're committed to you, they're devoted to you. Like, all they want is you, all they think about is you. Like, everything fucking checks out. And then that's, you know, here's another thing too. Here's another thing too. It's like, you even have people around you. You have people around you, Aquarius, that look at this person and be like, damn, y'all, like, I really like this person. You know, they seem like a good guy. They seem like a good girl. They seem like they're very, very serious about you. And it's like, your mind is like, nope, I don't know what you see. I don't know what you, but nope, because, you know, my mind is like, nope, 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 nope. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like, I guess I say all that to say this. At what point are you going to make the choice to just trust the fact that you have a good thing? Like, at what point? Because if you got you, there's no way you don't. Like, you have people, like your family members, your friends, like, you got people around you that are looking at this man and looking at this woman and telling you, like, damn, like, you got a really, you know, you got a really good man by your side. You got a really good woman by your side. Like, wow, congratulations. You deserve it. You know what I mean? Like, congratulations. And you're just like, I don't know, because I think otherwise, you know? And it's like, your heart's like, wow, like, we finally met the one. Your soul, your intuition, it's like, wow, like, we like this person, you know? It's like, and even down to your eyes, because your eyes are not deceiving you. Like, you see with your own eyes, you see with your own eyeballs that this person's faithful and loyal to you and committed to you. And it's like, there's so many things, Aquarius, that agree with this person, your relationship with this person, but your mind. So at what point do you start to, like, accept the fact that, you know what, my mind doesn't know what the hell it's talking about? Like, at what point, you know what I mean, do you tell your mind that? You know what I mean? Because that's the thing with Aquarians. It's like, they can go above and beyond, dude, to, like, prove to you that they're faithful to you and they're loyal to you. But if you don't believe that, you're never going to. And a lot of you might find yourself in this relationship. You could have already done it, or you might find yourself doing it soon. But a lot of you might believe, well, you know, if this person just does X, Y, and Z, I'll trust them then. I'll believe them then. But let's just be honest, Aquarius. Let's be honest between you and I. They could go and turn around and do exactly what you want them to do. If you don't choose to trust them, you're not going to trust them. So if you send this person to go off and do X, Y, and Z because you think that it's going to cause you to basically trust them, I promise you, you could tell them to go off and do X, Y, and Z, and they'll turn around and do it. If that means gaining your trust, they'll turn around and do it. But the likelihood of you still not trusting them is very likely to happen, because this doesn't have anything to do with them like you think it does. It has everything to do with the fact that you refuse to think and believe that they actually do mean well. You refuse to think and believe that. So if you continue to refuse to think and believe that, yo, you could send this person to go move a mountain if you want to, and they'll turn around and try to fucking do it. You know what I mean? And if they are able to move a mountain, you know, a mountain for you, even if it's just a centimeter, you're still not going to believe them. You're still not going to believe them, because this has nothing to do with them. This has everything to do with your mind, you know what I mean, telling you whatever it's telling you, which is false. Because let's just be real. Like, if you got 20 things that are revealing to you on a frequent basis that you have a good man or a good woman in your life, and the only thing that's in disagreement with that, which is just one thing, and it's only one thing, is your mind. I mean, what do you honestly trust then? What do you honestly listen to? Do you listen to what your heart is telling you, your intuition is telling you, your eyes are telling you, other people are telling you? You know what I mean? Like, or do you just listen to your mind? Because there's so many freaking things that are telling you, yo, you got a good man, you got a good woman. There's just only one thing that's telling you, you do not. So what do you believe? You know, I mean, come on, let's be real. Like, what do you honestly believe then? Do you really want to sit here and believe what your mind is telling you? If you got 20 million other things that are telling you, your mind is tripping right now. Like, you are bugging right now. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, dude? And you know, the sad and unfortunate part to this, you know, I think that I think that what could be potentially going on is trauma. I think that you're not used to dealing with a good man. I don't think that you're used to dealing with a good woman. I think that you're so used to dealing with bad women or bad men. And I think that that could play a role in why you think the things that you think and why you refuse to believe that this person is actually a good thing. You know what I mean? That walked into your life, you know? That's a possibility. That is a possibility. But Aquarius, I'm not going to feed this negative narrative you created in your mind about this person, because that wouldn't be me helping you. That would be me hurting you. I'm not going to feed this lie that your mind is essentially telling you, because you're sitting in this energy of, well, I just think that they're a player. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that, like, you know, I haven't caught them doing X, Y, and Z, and I understand my family loves them. I understand my friends love them, and they think that they're a great guy. But I just think that they're a player, and it's like, but you're a queen of cups. Like, you know what a player looks like. You know how they walk. You know how they talk. And you know good goddamn well they don't talk like this one, and they don't walk like this one. This was, you can't lie to yourself and say that they are, because you know what it's like to deal with a player. You know what it's like to deal with somebody who doesn't have your best interests at heart. You know that all too well. You know that all too well. And what you have in front of you is very far from what you're used to dealing with. So it's like, you know what I mean, dude? It's like, at what point do you stop and say, yo, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Like, my mind is fucking with me. You know what I mean? My mind is, because that's another thing too, right? Is that, you know, our minds are very capable, very, very capable, you know, of playing tricks on us. And if we are people who have been through a lot of past traumas and we haven't necessarily fully healed from it, you know, it could explain why you think the way that you think. But Aquarius, like, this is your chance, dude. This is your turn to be happy. To be happy. And it just sucks because I don't feel like you're enjoying this relationship the way that you were supposed to, because you rather listen to your mind, which is only one thing, when you got 20 other things that are telling you, oh no, this is a good man, like this is a good woman, like you officially did it, like you officially found you a good man or a good woman. You know what I mean? And it's like your mind's like, wait, what? A good man, a good woman? No, that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. But it does, and you have it. That's my thing. It's like, and it's kind of making me think that maybe you're just used to dealing with bad men or bad women or something. I don't know, possibly. You know, that's the only thing that makes logical sense to me. But it's like, I just think that you've dealt with so many bad men or bad women that in your head, good men do not exist. That is like, that just doesn't fucking exist. You know what I mean? Or good women, they just don't exist. But they do, and you got it. You got something that a lot of people will give up their fucking left kidney for. A good man, a good woman, which is what you basically have. Like, yo, like, people will give up their left kidney for this shit here. You know what I mean? And you're just like, nah, like, there's just no way. You know, there's no way. You know? Yeah. And you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. After everything you've been through, oh yeah, you do deserve a good man. Absolutely, you deserve it. You deserve it. Out of all people in this world, you deserve it. You deserve it, and that's why you got it. Now, in regards to how this human plans on essentially moving forward, we do have the full, we do have the moon, and then we also have the Six of Wands and the Six of Swords, to the Judgment card. Anybody will give up their left kidney to have what you have. Oh my God. Oh my. And it just like, why don't you see it? You know, like, that's the thing. You do see it. It's your mind that's just like, don't believe what your eyes are showing you. And, you know, like, just don't believe it. You know, I am getting that. But, yo, I like this person, man. I like this damn person. I have no freaking complaints. Are they perfect? No. But, I mean, are they a good man to you? Absolutely. Or a good woman to you? Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, I feel like this person in the near future is going to find themselves trying to figure out a way to essentially gain your trust, because it looks like they have yet to essentially gain your trust. So it kind of looks like this person's trying to find a way to essentially gain your trust. Now, I do feel like there's something in particular that's coming to their mind that causes them to essentially think, well, damn, you know what? If I do this, then they'll for sure see I'm fucking serious, right? Like if I do this particular thing, whatever this particular thing is, it's something that costs a lot of money. I am definitely getting that. And it's something tangible that they want to essentially give you. So this person thinks, well, if I go off and get Aquarius this tangible thing, and this tangible thing, it could be anything. It's something that costs a lot of money though. I know that it's something that costs a lot of money, but any freaking ways. If I go off and buy Aquarius this, they'll for sure know, right, that I'm serious then, because it's like nobody does this unless they're serious. You know what I mean? So, I mean, this could be anything. This could be them deciding, I don't know, to like buy you a house. You know what I mean? That you guys could, you know, raise a family in. You know what I mean? Or, you know, buy you a ring, or I can't even really think of anything else. You know what I mean? But you catch my drift. You know what I mean? Like, this person feels like, all right, boom, like if I get Aquarius this house that we could raise our family in, they'll for sure know that I'm serious about them, right? Because, like, let's be honest, like, who the fuck is going to go off and buy, you know, somebody a freaking house? You know what I mean? Who's going to, you know, go off and do that? You know, that's kind of insane. Nobody in their right mind would do that over somebody that they're not serious about, right? Okay, so let me go do this. And nobody's going to buy somebody a ring if they're not really serious about spending the rest of their life with them, right? I mean, that would be insane if anybody were to fucking do that. So Aquarius will then know for sure that, like, I'm dead serious about them and only them. Like, they'll for sure be able to, like, know, right? Because nobody in their right mind is going to go off and buy a ring or buy a house for somebody that they're not serious about. So this is what it's going to take. This is what it's going to take, right? To gain Aquarius's trust. So, I mean, of course, I hope that it does. But I can't emphasize this enough. You can send this person to move a mountain and they could probably move that mountain a centimeter. If you refuse to believe that you have a good man, if you refuse to believe that, you are going to forever think that you have a bad man by your side or a bad woman by your side that doesn't have your best interests at heart. This starts with you, Aquarius. This honestly does start with you, dude. Like, this is your chance to be happy. This is your chance to experience what you never fucking had before. Like, you never had before. Like, this is your damn chance and opportunity. People will give up their left kidney for this shit. And you're just like, I don't know about this one. And it's like, but oh, you do know, you know, like, you do know you have a good man. You do know that you have a good woman. It's just your mind is like, no, don't believe the things that you see. Don't believe your heart. Don't believe your intuition. Don't believe these people that are saying that this is a good man, like, or a good woman. It's like, your mind is, it's all in your head, Aquarius. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. It's all in your, I promise you that it's all in your head. If this person was a douchebag, I would have told you straight up, like, yo, this is a freaking douchebag. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. You could do better. You know what I mean? But it's like, oh, you gotta, people give up their left kidney for this. Like, this man loves you. This woman loves you. Like, if this human being is over here strategizing and thinking of ways to get you to see how serious they are, to the point where they are willing to go off and purchase you something that's expensive, which we don't really know exactly what this thing is, but in their head they think, ain't nobody gonna go off and do this if they're not serious about a person, right? So I know if I go off and do this, they'll for sure believe that I'm serious about them then, right? And that's what they're hoping for, by the way. So before you receive this tangible thing, just know that they're giving you this tangible thing because this is what they truly want with you. So if they're buying you a house so you guys can raise a family in, is because that's exactly what they want with you. If this person's buying you a ring, is to spend the rest of their life with you because that's what they want with you. I don't want you to think, oh, they're just doing it to prove, you know, to me this, then the third. Yeah, yes, that's a part of it. But there's also a bigger part where they're doing all this because these are things that they actually want with you. A house that you guys could raise a family in, where you guys could go off and get married and spend the rest of you guys' lives with one another. Like, they're doing these things because they want to show you, yes, that they're serious about you and that you can trust them, but it's also because they legit want these things with you. So I hope that it does show you, like, you know what? I am tripping, you guys. Like, this person is serious about me. Look, they bought me a house so we could raise a family in. Or look, they, you know, they propose. And, like, look, they're serious. Like, I hope that that's what does it for you. I hope to God that that's what does it for you. But if it doesn't, you need to honestly, you need to be your own best friend and just accept the fact that you're wrong about this person. You're wrong. They're not this evil villain like you think they are. They're not here to do the things you think they're here to do. Like, I told you, if this relationship were to ever come to an end, it'll be because you just can't seem to find it within you to accept the fact that you have a good man or a good woman. It's not going to end because you caught them cheating. It's not going to end because you caught them flirting with another man or another woman. It's not going to end because you caught this person entertaining another man or another woman. It's not going to end for the reasons why you think it's going to end, or for the reasons why you think that either. It's not going to end because of that. It will legit end, if it ever does end, because you just cannot accept the fact that they're too good to, you just can't accept the fact that this person is not a too good to be true type of situation after all. You just can't accept that. So you wouldn't walk away from this relationship because you caught this person doing X, Y, and Z. If you ever do walk away from this relationship, it's going to be in the name of, you know what? They've always been a good man to me. They've always been a good woman to me, but it's just, I don't know. I just keep thinking otherwise, and I just can't get over it, and it's robbing me of my peace of mind. So I gotta go. That's why this relationship will come to an end, if it ever does come to an end. It's not gonna end for any other reason. It's not gonna end for any other. I promise. It's not gonna end for any other reason. So that in itself should say something to you. You know what I mean? That if this relationship were to ever end, it's gonna end because you just can't seem to accept the fact that you have a good man / woman by your side. Like, you know, come on. I think it's safe to say that your mind is messing with you. You are tripping. And I think that you just need to accept that. I think that you just need to accept that. Accept the fact that this person is like nobody, they're nothing like you used to do. Like the people that you used to deal with. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You found yourself a good thing. Just go be happy. Stop listening to your mind all the freaking time. You know, when you get an intrusive thought, man, dismiss that. Dismiss it. Stop believing every intrusive thought that you get about this person. Like, because I feel like your physical reality with this individual has shown you on several different occasions, they're not here for the things you think that they're here for. They're not here to turn around and play you. They're not here to turn around and waste your time or their time. And this has been revealed to you on so many different occasions. It's just a matter of you just kind of accepting the fact that, you know what, I've been through some things in my life. And this is why I think the way that I think sometimes. But you know what? I'm not going to continue to think that about this person. They're good to me. They are good to me. You got something that a lot of people don't have, you know? You truly do, my friend. You truly do. All right? So that is what I have for you, my friend. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. Hopefully you'll stop looking at them the way that you look at them and think about them the way you think about them, and just learn to just be happy and find comfort in the fact that you do gotta have, you definitely do have a good man or a woman by your side. All right, so that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading.